Enter the lab. Happy Halloween. We're about to have a good time on this episode, baby. 47. Holla at me, Fort.
It's always a good time in the lab. Chill spot, you know, smoking on some Cubans, fresh off World Series dub. Yo, take the gun off Yoda's head, bro. Come on, baby Yoda ain't do shit to you. Episode 47. Go like, subscribe, follow. We got some shit cooking up for y'all.
Yeah, our boys in the building. Happy Halloween! You have now entered the lab. Happy Halloween. Wayne Escobar, Fort McKeon. How's your Halloween weekend and Halloween day going? Manager?
Well, you know, we just fresh off a World Series victory a few days ago. So, smoking my victory cigar.
Obviously, you got a little dementia because
I can't fucking complain.
Yeah, you're talking about 9 years ago or what?
Well,
no,
19
years ago. God damn.
Yeah.
Well,
hey,
Fort McKeon. What?
It feels like yesterday.
for you, because it literally does seem like yesterday. Jack McKeon, former of the Florida
World
Marlins
Series winning
manager, beat my New York Yankees in 2003. Shout out and well deserved.
It's so perfect because the jersey is from the World Series,
and the hat. You got the hat.
The hat
too?
is from the World Series as well. You know, so had to go to Walmart, pick up some glasses. Got the cigar. We only smoke Cohibas around here, but you know.
Oh, you got Cohibas?
Yep. I'm returning the glasses tomorrow though. Fuck that shit.
Of course. Oh wait, you bought them and then you're gonna return? I did that once. I did that to a costume a couple years ago, and thankfully I did that. Well, Wayne's World. If you're too old, oh, of course, yeah, you got to return it. Wayne's World. If you're too young to understand that reference, go watch it. Go watch it back. Great fucking movie. Great rock and roll. Mike Myers, not Michael Myers. Brilliant. The fact that he's able to create what he did and create so many movies in his career, super underrated. Austin Powers, all that. So shout out the brilliance of who we're rocking today. Yeah, I straightened it a little bit. It's looking a little glorious. I was gonna ask you.
Make sure you give Bree back her hair iron.
Yeah. It's funny because I went through, and this is in pre-production. I went through 3 different wigs just to make sure I had the right wig on. Because one was like Cleopatra, and that was cut a little different, and then the other one was it had bangs. I couldn't do that, so this is actually the one I bought a few years ago. I was going to ask you, while doing all these costumes and seeing what you were doing as a kid, was Halloween a big deal in your house? And if it was, do you have any costumes that kind of stands out as like some of your goat? Like, oh shit, like that was, whether it was like your mom being creative or you just wanting to be something. So talk to me.
So you met my parents. You could probably answer this for yourself. I never celebrated Halloween growing up as a kid. I went trick or treating one time in my life. And I was in like one time, bro. Jeez. And this was in like kindergarten or like 1st or 2nd grade. Like I was mad young. I don't even know what I dressed up as. I don't remember.
No documentary, like no pictures, no videos, no nothing.
We wouldn't even have candy.
Sorry, man.
Nothing. Like we just didn't celebrate Halloween at the crib.
You straight communism in your household still. You had to give your candy to everybody else.
Halloween is the devil's day, bro.
I know a bunch of a few Haitians They don't celebrate that either. That's
And
that they
then
think the same thing. That's the Devil's
when
Day.
I was in college, I did dress up as Jim and Pam with with my girlfriend at the time from The Office. We did
All
that.
right.
I remember that. That was pretty cool. But besides that, nah, bro. Like, not big on Halloween to be honest. Like, I got the kids at the crib now. They got a bunch of candy. I was fucking with them. I was telling them I was gonna eat all their candy, and they were gonna wake up and have no candy, and they were like freaking out. They're like, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. They're like, I'm gonna tell my dad. I'm like, well, who do you think's gonna be eating it with me? Your dad. So
Oh my
that
God.
was kind of fun, but
Yeah, Halloween was always bigger. Was always good in our house. We always, my mom always was super creative. I remember being like a vampire, and she like, I think for some reason I don't know if it was this costume, but she put like a black like garbage bag around me to like be the cape and be like dark. I don't know if it was the same one, but being a vampire, super creative that she did it with like minimal purchasing. Power Ranger that sticks out to me. A Native American when I was probably like 5 years old. Got to say Native because can't say Indian these
yeah,
days.
yeah. Can't even
We
say
don't want to
Redskins.
shit. We don't want to get canceled, but yeah, Halloween's always. I think for me, Halloween was big when I was a kid. Before I was 13, and then I don't know if you did this in wherever you lived at the time, but in New York, going bombing with eggs, shaving cream. Did you guys do that? No, right? I
I
talked
mean,
to
some
Bree.
I'm sure some people did. Like, I remember like people would do toilet paper on trees.
Yeah, so and back in so I can only speak for where I was born and raised in New York City, and it's like that was the thing. So basically what you did is if you were below the age of maybe 12, 13, 14, you did the traditional uh going to get candy and then you went home because you were too young. Then when you got to like 13, 14, whether it was like 8th grade in high school, not even high school, before high school, you would go trick or treating super early, try to get as much candy as you can, dress up. Then you would take that shit off, go to your house, get a backpack, get eggs, shaving cream, to the point where the local supermarkets weren't selling eggs to if you weren't 18 and above.
Because they knew
That's
what was
crazy.
up.
Yeah, they knew. So basically, we called it bombing. If you're listening to this podcast and when we post this episode, please DM us because I want to know if I'm alone in New York. If it was anywhere else, whether it's in the States or worldwide. But yeah, we would get shaving cream. You just literally go around and
Just
just
after
shave.
2001.
This is after 2001 for sure. Yeah. You just go shaving cream, and sometimes with the shaving cream, you would have to adjust the nozzle so you could spray it further. You know what I mean? You have to burn the tip because you know how shaving cream comes out like
Yeah.
you would have to spray the tip so it comes out at your face and shit. And then eggs, you just bomb like cars, houses, toilet paper
That
was
fucks up
another
the
thing.
paint on the
Oh,
cars.
bro, it was
The eggs. That fucks that shit up.
there was nothing there was no consequences to our actions. To this day, I can't believe that we did that then, and I've yet to see it now on social media. When I go back to New York, I don't even hear it. Maybe it was just a 10-year period thing, but I thought everybody did that. Huh? Now
Damn.
it's only a New York thing.
So you're a badass. You were a badass kid.
No, I was not.
Oh,
I was friends with other badass kids,
you know what they
but
say.
bombing, yeah.
You know what they say. You are who you hang with.
Yeah, I learned that actually over the last week or so. Not going into details, but sometimes you're in a group chat with some individuals, and either they can't make decisions or you're trying to speak like in a mature way. And yeah, you're right. You are who you hang out
I
with, and
learned the group chats is not a place to be mature in. That's just it
yeah,
don't work.
this
If
is
you
why.
if you wanna be mature in a group chat, you're gonna get shunned.
And it's not even like you're trying to be better than them. It's just you're just like being yourself, right? You're just saying something that's logical, bro.
Yeah.
Being logical in a group chat these days is not like they don't want to hear it. It's crazy.
That's why I just be saying shit. God damn. That's why I just be saying shit to get a reaction from people. Like
Yeah, you have to at that point.
I used to just do it in group chats. Now I just do that shit in real life. Just to see where
100%.
people's heads are at, bro. Because I'm willing to like take risks and like just see how far I can take things just for future reference. You know, because
On
like
this podcast,
it's not fun to like be talking with someone and like they're so close minded about everything. Like I don't want to associate myself with you if you fucking feel that way. Like, bro, like I take things with a grain of salt nowadays, and I feel like social media has made me that way. And to some people, it's made them the other way, and you're just you're a bozo at that point, bro. Like, come on, get a grip.
yeah, it's you got to be careful. You got to be aware. You got to be like I said, so many group chats we're in now with like fantasy and everybody nowadays has like, you know, just by accident you got like 15, 20 group chats, whether it's work, whether it's real shit you're talking about or just funny shit. You just got to read the room. You got to read the group chat. Don't act logical if it doesn't call for it. And you know, there's some people out there that are just straight weirdos, so you just got to let them be weird. Let them be weird. But now that you know, now that we're celebrating Halloween, we're recording this on October 31st on Monday night. Monday night football going on between the Bengals and the Browns. Basically a poop game. This shit's not interesting.
Spooky.
Super spooky. We got my Nets in a must-win on Game 7 of the year. Jesus Christ. What's going on? I was going to bring up, what were you going to bring up? Because I was going to bring up Diddy. You could bring that up.
I got Diddy. Yo, hey, look, like a lot of people do the Joker, but
he might have won it this year.
He's might have won it, and he's not too.
Right?
Yeah, like he really did his thing, and like, out of all people, bro, I would not have expected Diddy to like do what he did. Like that's like.
Pull that up. Yeah, he killed it.
He really did.
Rapper in the world. He looks beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, no. This is top tier.
This is top tier.
Get out of the car.
He got a gun.
He almost got hit by the car.
It's gonna be a glorious night when you bump into Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, he killed it. And there's so many videos out there. There's one video of him interacting with it's on Kim Kardashian's I think IG, whatever. And he was locked in. Like he planned this out. Diddy wins Halloween in 2022 for sure. I was shout out Scott Hall, NWO. I was that for a party on Saturday night. It was a good party. Didn't get much sleep. Dude, there's rarely a day like today. It was 2 days removed from that party, and I still needed sleep. Body ain't recovering like it used to, bro. And I'll leave all the extracurriculars out of the details, but man, still recovering. So I got to wake up early every single day this week, so and go get that money. So hopefully I could continue to recover. But Diddy wins 2022 Halloween.
Yeah, I went out Friday night.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like my body is not used
downtown
to
Savannah.
Like, yeah, it's lit out there.
Lit, right? That's what I'm saying. A lot of vacation people,
there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bachelorette parties. Like a lot of people go out there for like events. Like there's a lot to do in downtown Savannah, and I almost turned back and went home when I got there because I parked the car and like I walk out the parking garage and there's a bunch of rainbow stuff. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, yo, I thought like Pride Month was over. Like, what's going on? Like, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I don't know. They must have had like some Pride Festival thing going on. Supposedly I got in an altercation with someone because I said
allegedly.
I said some slick shit, but I don't remember, bro. I blacked out. Like, my drinking tolerance is like way bad right now. Like
Yeah,
I
please
stopped
forgive him.
drinking,
So we
and
said a
now
couple
like
bad things. Don't cancel him or don't cancel
yeah,
us. He made a
yeah, no.
mistake.
And now like I guess when I drink, I go overboard and I try to make up for when I don't drink, and
Hey,
you know
we all been there.
I get a little out of hand. But no, man, it's lit down there. Like people are dressed up. It's a good time. I mean, if you want to take a trip somewhere and you don't want to go that far and you only want to take like a 6 hour drive or whatever, you don't want to go to Atlanta, you don't want to like whatever, like there's a lot of shit to do. Like not even just in the weekend or at night. Like there's a lot of stuff, and it's gotten real popping because of the Savannah Bananas lately.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they're on ESPN and shit. Like the games are expensive. Like a lot of people are upset though because they're gonna be like touring now. They're gonna be like the Globetrotters of baseball or some shit. So
Oh, that's actually a good idea. They should do that. Like that'd be something if they were in our local market or up in West Palm or whatever. I would, if they market it right and I knew what weekend they would be, I would go watch them. Why not? You go see baseball and you go see some fun. Like that's all you want
yeah,
on a nice summer day maybe. That's actually a great idea. I like that.
no, it's great for them for sure. But like a lot of people, I guess, like hometown homers are upset because it's like, oh, like
Fuck them.
that's ours. That's that's something that was near and dear to our hearts. Now y'all are leaving. Like y'all are chasing the bag. Y'all want clout. Blah 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 blah. They had like a ESPN special for them too that just came
Did
out
they?
recently. So yeah, no, they're doing their thing. They're balling out. So fuck it. At the end of the day, bro, that's what you want though. Like you don't want to stay stuck where you are. You want to fucking expand and market and
They're
go
not an
global.
MLB. They're not a Major League Baseball team. Let them have fun. You know what I mean? Like, who
Yeah.
cares?
Fuck.
Yeah. Now I support the Savannah Bananas. I should get a fucking. First of all, I love bananas. I love also Savannah,
How do
and
you
I
eat
also like
bananas?
the. We were passing out candy earlier, and maybe I got a little jump start on a little drinking too much. So maybe I should mix in a
There's a
water.
video of some dude eating banana at work, and he like breaks it up and he's shaking it like this, like it's peanuts.
Oh my god! Oh, thank
Yeah,
God that Browns game's halftime. I don't have to watch that anymore for at least
you gotta
15
be
minutes.
careful how you eat bananas. You might get caught.
Oh,
All these
I'm
glizzies and shit.
I don't know what you do, but I peel and I tear off naturally. I peel, tear off, eat, peel. I don't know how you eat bananas. ATM. What you do?
Chop it up.
Oh, okay. So you're like
Chop 'em up.
preparing it. You're actually
Yeah,
preparing the banana.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm the banana.
banana. Elon Musk. Talk to me.
My
You're big.
guy.
You're big on
My
Twitter.
guy.
You're big
My
on
guy.
Twitter. There's a lot of controversy. A lot of people, all of a sudden something different happens. People are up in arms. All of a sudden, Elon Musk takes over. He's not apologizing for doing X, Y. Like there's always those like saviors and those like prophets that come alive whenever something changes. So we have a couple topics pertaining to that,
and
but
it's
like,
for no reason because
bro, it's just for clout. It's just for likes.
Nothing.
It's just for retweets. It's just to like, look at me. I'm better than this other person. Like what I'm saying because I'm cool. I'm better than you. So Elon Musk era has begun. I mean, me and you wanted it. Why not change it up? He fired a bunch of people immediately.
He did, as he should though, because like, I mean, he's starting something different. He's starting something new, and like, when a lot of companies, like a lot of sales companies, like some would prefer you have no recent sales experience, especially if you're going in that same field, because you can bring a lot of old habits over, and they might not like those old habits. They want to form you how they want you to be, and I'm sure Elon Musk wants that same thing for the higher ups of Twitter. You know, so like obviously, and I'm with it. I think it's good. He wants to do a lot of different things about it. He was saying that he wants to make it like WeChat, which is only in China, which is You can like send payments through it. You can pay for things. You can just do a bunch of shit on WeChat, and it's only in China. That's how he wants to make Twitter. So I feel like Twitter is the best social media because, I mean, you can follow who you want to follow. You can follow, celebrities. You can follow news outlets. You can follow sports outlets. You can follow whoever, bro. Like, you can follow your favorite athletes and just see what everyone is saying. And it's just quick, bro. It's quick, up to date.
Super
You
quick.
can search shit, whatever you want to search. If something's happening in the news, like all these news outlets, they're all biased. On Twitter, you could just see like everything that's popping up and on there, and you can get it from all kinds of sorts of sources, and you can form an opinion about what you really want to say. And hold on. So he also is going to charge now. They're going to charge $20 a month for a verification badge.
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of companies these days put that out there just to see the feedback, and then they make their decision on whether they think that's a good idea or not. That's just I think for the most part, I think that's let's put it out there, see what people say, and then adjust.
Yeah, because he's going to want to get feedback from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like some stuff also saying that the use of the N-word has gone up 500%. And our boy, LeBron, he felt some type of way about it and was saying it's super dangerous and all this kind of stuff. But like, bro, people were saying that shit on Twitter already. Like
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Bro, people say
dude, people report what they people want to report what they want to report. It's like you see something, if it fits your narrative, you're going to report it more. And it's just the same old shit. That's why it's just with whether it's this or the KYRIE thing that's happening with anti-Semitism and Kanye. And it's like a lot of people out here, I'm watching the Nets game and I love the announcers for the Nets, but they're like, oh, he's got to take down that tweet because he's hurt a lot of people. And he probably did hurt some people. But to say that everyone's hurt or a lot more, like I'm telling you, if I have 100 friends, not saying I do, but if I ask 100 people right now, were you hurt by what KYRIE retweeted? Some of them might be say, who's KYRIE? Some of them might be like, what tweet? Most of them will be like, I mean, it's dumb, but I'm not hurt by it. So it's like, who's hurt by this tweet? And I'm not saying what he said or retweeted or whatever is right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, stop with the narrative of people are out here hurting. People are out here not going to work because they're hurt. It's not. No sense, it's like, you know why? It's because it's a basketball player. Kanye West is a musician. I'm not out here if the president said it, if somebody that I have to look up to because what they mean to my life says something, yeah. But like, let's be honest. If you're a sensible person, are you really hurt by something a basketball player says? Like, if you are, please let us know. DM us. The lines are open. Because if you're hurt by what Kanye West says, and I understand what he's saying is not right or whatever, however you want to break it down. But man, if you're over here hurting in your crib over what Kanye West said, you don't have enough good around you. You're not putting enough of good information around you, because when people like that say things, it's like, okay, you think about it, be like, oh, that's fucked up. But then you move on. You're not out here dwelling upon it. You're not crying. You're not really hurt. I'm just saying, like, at least from the people that I interact with, and I know some Jewish friends, they're not hurt. No one's hurt by it. They're disappointed. They're uneasy about it, but no one's day is affected by it. Go ahead.
Dog, it's just it's so it's fucking cigar in my head.
Yeah, keep it. It's a prop.
It's dumb, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this shit is dumb because there's a lot worse things that are going on. And I keep telling people this when they ask me what I think about it, because they're like, oh, I know you like Kanye West, this and that. It's like, there's other things that are going on that are behind this, that this shit is being brought and presented to us especially because why the fuck is CNN and Fox News and shit talking about Kanye? Because there's other shit, bro, that's going on that they don't want us to see, and they're hiding it. And like, bro, I saw a tweet that said that they took down Kanye's wax figure in the museum, but they still got the Hitler wax figure in the museum. Like, yo, like, come on. This shit is so stupid, bro. Like, and then I saw another thing about what Charlemagne said. Charlemagne said literally pretty much word for word the same exact thing that Kanye said, that Jewish people control the money, they control the power, they do that shit in Hollywood.
We talked about it. That's what we agree. That's true. It's true.
It's not false. And I mean, that's not wrong. Like, it's not wrong.
If you could pull up real quick that video you sent me of the music producer Levine on the Breakfast Club. Remember you sent that to me where Kanye said something, and I watched that actually, that whole interview with the music record label.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a great video, and it's only a snippet, and obviously it's probably not edited literally like they both said those words, but
it's probably,
if you could pull it up, that'd be great. Did you send it to me via text? Excuse me. Because people are hypocrites. You know, you got a Jewish record label dealer or a record owner, and then talking about how drugs are bad, X, Y, and Z, but you don't mind having a black rapper, talking about drugs all the time and doing drugs all the time. So it's like, and then he's like, oh, I got mouths to feed. It's like,
I found it.
Hypocrites, bro. Yeah, throw that on, because I thought I watched that whole interview back in the day, and then when you sent it to me, I was like, oh shit, that's exactly what he's trying to get across. And Kanye don't have the best way to fucking communicate. I'll admit that. That's for sure. But
let me know if you can hear it, because it's on the Twitter app.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, you know? Nah.
No.
Can't hear it. Nope, can't hear it.
I'll pull it up on the
yeah. So basically it's Kanye West saying what he said on Drink Champs, I believe. And then you got I forgot his first name, but Levine, Jewish guy that is basically like CEO and big time record label of Def Jam Records, and was responsible for all the music coming out in the late 90s, early 2000s, and had his thumbprint on it all. And you just hear it from himself, basically saying, you know, hypocrisy about what he supports and what he knows, but yet he still lets people and artists do their thing. And it's and that's kind of what Kanye, I think, was trying to communicate, not in the best way. Definitely doesn't have the best way, and I'll be the first to admit it when I listen to his interviews.
That's the thing. That's the thing with him, though. Like he just gets the information out. Like he doesn't process what he wants to say. He just says it. I got it pulled up with audio now.
Okay, cool.
You should be able to hear it.
Talk about the chakras. You know, I talked about Rick Rubin. We talked about the 808.
The chakras is real.
Now, I'm gonna say some anti-Semitic shit. I'ma fuck your bitch. I'ma kill this nigga. 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 That's the real anti-Semitic shit that the Jewish people get paid off of.
I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
But being a crackhead wasn't cool back then. Being a crackhead wasn't cool. Now it seems like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup, and
it's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote
that? Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
I'm saying that's hypocritical, though. You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash?
Who's Dame Dash?
I take that back. That's not Levine. His last name LYOR.
I sent you another one. It was another one. I think this morning.
LYOR Cohen, that's his name. Yeah, I misspoke earlier when I said his name. LYOR Cohen, that's his name. Yep. I think they have an HBO special on him and Def Jam, I believe. And yeah, a Jewish guy that has a lot of money that is in the process of, and like I said, we spend enough time on it. I don't want to get too, whatever, but it is in the news, and we are passionate about it because we listen to music. We love business, so it only makes sense. But LYOR Cohen is a person that I was saying earlier is involved and heavily involved, and you heard it from him. It's like, hey, when it comes down to one or this and that, they're gonna make decisions that make more money, like every business does. So while y'all out here thinking that businesses are about people, you're wrong. People
It's not
caring. It's not, and that's fine. And that's in me. I believe in capitalism, as long as you're not directly trying to harm people. But if you think that everybody's kumbaya out here and trying to make everybody get more together and not try to earn a dollar, you're living in a fantasy. So that's the last I have to speak on that. I'm glad we addressed it because I wanted to put that all together because that's some of the, some people are just lost in the sauce, and the sauce right now is weak as fuck.
Yeah, and then like earlier this week or last week, he was saying about now he knows how it feels like to have a knee on his neck because he's like, bro, like I get what he's trying to say, but at the same time, like you could have said
he's wrong by that.
Yeah,
he's wrong by that.
Like,
he's wrong.
And he's just saying it like that because of what he said about George Floyd, and now he feels some type of way about it. And if or not he wanted to get out of the Adidas contract, I'm pretty sure he's hurting because he was a billionaire, and now he's not. There's no way he's not hurting. Like, yeah, he still has money and whatnot, but you lose that kind of contract, like you're gonna feel some type of way about it for a little bit. Like, there's no way that you're just like, oh, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Because now he has to find another source to do his shit.
Yep. Yeah. There's things going on in society that we're distracted. And I hate to be a little political, but I have to be because right now, next week, we have the midterms and a lot of big time decisions and big time voting in this country is going to take place. And yet, what are we talking about? We're talking about things that matter, of course, as people, as society, don't want to dilute that. But we're not really talking about what's actually happened, what actually matters in that affects our lives moving forward, whether it's laws. And it's all a part of the plan. So if you're listening to this podcast and you got, in your area, you got midterm elections and you got to elect somebody in your area, make sure you do your research and go ahead and vote because a lot of this is distractions. A lot of this for the major networks on television and wherever you get your news, it's a lot of distractions just to make sure that you're not paying attention to what's actually changing and what's actually going on. Like I said, not to say that certain people and certain prejudice don't matter, but make sure you're doing both. You know what I mean? For it, like make sure you're doing both. Make sure you're paying attention what is going on Twitter, but stop yourself and go. All right,
boy, Herschel Walker running for office,
bro. That's
I see the commercials all the time here in Georgia.
That's another thing, bro. So it's like. Hopefully anybody that listens to us and respects us and our opinion, like I said, we're always open to dialogue. Come here, hop on the pod. We want to listen. I personally like to be a free thinker. I know Ford as much as possible. I won't speak for him, but go ahead. Let's have a 10, 15, 20-minute conversation. We have an hour podcast, so
especially
we
if
fit
you're
you
one
in.
of the motherfuckers that keep reporting our shit and we keep getting fucking shadow banned and can't go live. Like, come on.
Allegedly. Bro. All right, next topic. We spent a good amount of time on that. Dive into more fun stuff as we wrap this up. Let's try to have a nice, efficient episode here. Let's see. Overall, NBA, just a lot of teams out here struggling in the beginning of the season. The Nets are in a must-win game, which is crazy. They're 1-5, trying to go 2-5 now against the Indiana Pacers, up 7 with 2 minutes to go. So we'll see. But a lot of teams struggling. I think the parity in the NBA is really good. I think it's pissing a lot of people off. I think once football ends or football simmers down, I know people are going to love this in the NBA, but real quick, what are you seeing? You think it's parity? You think a lot of stars are on different teams? Quality of drafts and free agents? What's going on with the NBA right now?
Shit, man. I just think it's still early in the season to really tell. I mean, I don't know what it is, man. Like the NBA has been just. I don't really watch the NBA or like tune in that much or like focus too much till after the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
My Heat aren't doing so hot. Like you said it, your Nets too. A lot of like the good teams. I think even like the Warriors are under 500. I think it's just the level of competition is very, very level right now, and teams are just out there balling. Like the Jazz, I think it's a Portland Jazz and some other team that are the top 3 teams in the West.
Yeah,
like,
so we got Milwaukee.
Who would have fucking thought?
Milwaukee, Portland, Cleveland, Phoenix, San Antonio, Utah. Like,
San Antonio,
3 out of those 5 teams you would think that are dead last. And at the bottom, not to cut you off, but to put what you're saying is, not at the bottom, but like 500 or less. Philly, Toronto, Dallas, Golden State, 3-4, Clippers, 2-4, Miami, 2-5, Lakers, 1-5, Brooklyn, 1-5. Like, I think there's a lot of good competition out there, bro. People are coming. These young guys on teams like the Indiana Pacers, they gave us our best. They're giving us our best right now. We should pull this out. But man, they got a lot of talent. A lot of teams, a lot of parity, which is great for the league. You got all of a sudden you got a national game or a local game that it could go either way. That's positive for the NBA.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of young, like either rookies or second, third year players that are trying to make a name for themselves. Like the Blazers, bro. Like, yeah, they got Damian and he's gonna do his thing, but Anthony Simmons, whatever. He's been hooping. Like I think he had like 22 in the third the other night. Like just something stupid. Like you got Jordan Poole, who's a household name now. Like he's doing his thing. Mitchell went off the other night. Like, I mean, Paolo is balling out, and then the Pacers rookie too is balling out. Like it's just
he dropped fucking 30-something off the bench. You got Halliburton. I'm watching now. I got him on fantasy. He's hooping. It's like there's even the bad teams got 2 or 3 young dudes that could really hoop, like quality hoopers. And that's different. You got Houston Rockets that got a bunch of talent. They're probably going to finish. They're probably going to finish with the worst record in the league. But if you break down, they probably got 3 future All-Stars on their team. You know what I mean? It just, how it is right now. This game's super close with the Nets and Pacers. I'm kind of shook. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, KYRIE hit that. Oh, that was huge. We're up 5 with 41. But yeah, so NBA season, we're going to have, for people that are listening, we're going to have a couple people on the podcast that will break down some NBA that know about hoops, that are big on social media presence. And also we have a guest or 2 for NFL. So stay tuned to that. UFC. Talk to me with not only UFC Fight Night, but also talk to me. I didn't watch it because I was out. But also talk to me about Jake Paul, taking down Anderson Silva. Give me a quick, synopsis on UFC first, and then on that Jake Paul. When you talk about the Jake Paul, give me the whole, the flair and the dramatics and how they promoted that. I didn't see any of it, so I'm gonna let you take it over and sit back like a listener.
UFC, like the card started a lot earlier than I thought it would, so I was on my way to the gym when the card started. But there was a lot of good fights. That dude Gore had a nasty guillotine choke. Like he literally almost took Buddy's head off. Like Buddy was on the fence and he like picked him up and brought him and he was just like holding him. Like it was disgusting. And then man, just the main event, I was so excited for it. Calvin Kattar, Arnold Allen, like number 5 and number 6 in their division. It was going to end up being a banger. Man, I don't know what Calvin Kattar was trying to do. He tried to do some crazy like jump kick, came down on his knee. It just looked ugly. He finished the round, but then like he came back in the second round and immediately Arnold Allen, and as he should, bro. Like if you're in a fight and someone fucks up, like you should go towards that weak point and try and like weaken it even more, or like fucking soften that shit up. And sure enough, he kicked it, and like you could see his knee just pop. And it sucks because Calvin Kattar, as last fight he had against Josh Emmett, I believe he got robbed, and then now like he goes out and probably tore something in his leg. So that's unfortunate, but that's the game. There's a lot of beef going on right now on UFC Twitter, bro. UFC Twitter is toxic as fuck, man. I love it. Like Cejudo is talking mad shit to Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain's clapping back. You got Sean O'Malley talking shit. You just got all these guys just going back and forth. You got Cejudo calling out McGregor. Aljamain came out today and said that he's the champ. Championship fights should only happen once or twice every year, twice if you're lucky, because 5-round camps are brutal. And that's one of the first times I've ever agreed with that dude. So he has a point. If you want to fight him, you got to fight him on his terms. And that goes for any champ. Any champ should decide when they want to fight. You don't have to fucking worry about people calling you out. Like, you're the champ for a reason. Granted, in his case, he got his belt off of like an illegal knee, and then he did win it against Jan again. He held it, and now he fought Dillashaw, and Dillashaw was hurt, but whatever. UFC, bro, it's the gift that keeps on giving. I'll be in the building December 3rd. I'm excited for that. Go. It's in Orlando. Main event is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Kevin Holland, Tai Tuivasa's fighting. My girl Tracy Cortez is fighting. I'm hyped for that. I hope nothing gets canceled, man. I'm waiting a little bit. I'm waiting a few more weeks. I'm just gonna wait like another week or two. Hopefully nothing gets canceled. Tickets? Yeah, and so I can get paid again. They're relatively, they're not super expensive, but they're not cheap either. Like they're in that 150 to 200 range, which is what I thought they would be. You're not gonna go to a fucking UFC event and just pay $50. Like, for sure, it's not gonna happen. It's in Orlando. It's in the Amway Arena, so they gotta make their bread. Jake Paul, man, this dude, he's a clown, but I can't even hate because he's getting money. He's doing something that he's passionate about, whether he's fighting a boxer or not. And it was sponsored by his new betting platform, Better. So he's making bread off that too. And it's just like, if you want to hate, cool, go ahead and hate. But I guarantee you that the people that are hating on him aren't doing anything that they're passionate about at the level that he's doing it at.
For sure.
Whether it be boxing or whether it be talking shit, whether it be promoting, like he's doing his thing. And you can make the argument he's not fighting boxers, which is the argument that I've made too. But he's not fighting.
He's fighting, but he's fighting fighters, right? Like Anderson Silva could go into the UFC octagon or a boxing ring and fight a legit fighter, in his demographic or whatever, and probably still beat him. So the fact that that's happening, and these people are competitive. I don't want to hear that Anderson Silva, a super competitive for 30 years of his life, is going to go into a fight and go, I'm going to take a bag and not fight back. That's dog. No,
especially
it could happen. It could happen, but it's not likely.
Yeah. I can give you the argument for Tyron Woodley, because like Tyron Woodley, whatever, like, he's trying to get his clout up too. in my opinion. So
Mhm.
I can see why he would take a dive for some shit and get the bag. He's younger too. But Anderson Silva, bro, this dude is like a legend in like combat sports. Like this guy is like one of the gods of combat sports, and he has so much respect for the art of mixed martial arts and boxing. He's had 2 or 3 other matches before. So yeah, I don't think that he would be like, yeah, yo, Jake, just knock me down, or I'm gonna take an L just to take an L. I don't think that's what he would do. He got 500K off that and 35% of pay per view. Jake got 1.5 mil and 65% of pay per views. So, bro, like I was talking to Mike the other night, and I was like, yo, Anderson Silva most likely made more in that one fight than he made in his whole UFC career. And that's not a hot take because, like, we already know these people don't get paid that much. So I don't know how much the pay per views were sold or whatnot because of how you can go and click stuff on the internet and find streams, but there's still people paying for fights.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, I was out Saturday night, so I didn't really get to see, and you were my listening to you recap it was literally my recap. But from what I've seen is Jake Paul kind of barely hit Silva on the temple, but temple shots are you don't have to hit somebody flush to knock somebody out if you hit them on the temple. And I seen one edit, I don't know if it's real or not, but barely grazed him on the temple and he went down. But a lot of balance. You don't know what the punch before was. Like I said, I didn't see the whole fight, so I'm just watching clips. Yeah, hey, the Paul brothers are making their money. You got Logan Paul fighting there. You got Logan Paul fighting Roman Reigns. I know it's wrestling. Not literally the same thing, but you got to throw the respect out there. WWE wouldn't allow Roman Reigns, their number one guy, making millions, bringing them billions per year, to fight a YouTube guy or somebody that's not going to bring them money. So the fact that they're having a match in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, Crown Jewel, that says a lot about them too. You know what I mean? Like, they're marketable. If WWE looks at you and goes, okay, I think what you do, and you could fight our best competition and make it look legit, because that's what WWE is about, making every match look legit. Well, what I hope that they do, and I love that they do. I think Logan Paul's going to show out. Did I send you the clip of Logan Paul's last fight? Last match.
I saw it on Twitter.
Jumping off the top. I was
like, yo, this man should not be this good at this shit. Like,
bro, jumping off the top rope, off the mat, onto a table. Like, it's funny because a lot of us think like, oh, we watch wrestling like, oh, that's nothing, this and that. Bro, I would have a fear off a jumping off my dinner table onto the ground. Like, and that's only 5 feet. I could only imagine jumping off of 20 feet and then jumping another 5 and then landing on a human being. That's special. So, shout out them. I hated on them, I think, with the utility players. We talked about the Paul brothers a couple years ago, and they were just getting this business going, and we clown them a lot more than we do now. Now it's on the respect side. So I had nothing but, hey, keep putting out good stuff. I don't watch or consume all their content because I'm not, that much into them. But what they do from athletic and business-wise, I respect. Anything to end on that?
Nah, just don't hate on people doing their thing. Like, if you hating, it's because they're doing something right and you feel some type of way about it. And you need to look within yourself and figure out why you feel that type of way about it.
If you say it's that easy, go ahead and do it yourself. Yeah. You say it's that easy or what they're doing is dumb, go ahead and do it yourself. Most likely you're not going to do it. Rightfully so. And I'll admit that. Most of what they do, I won't do or try or think of. It's not me. But I have to respect it. World Series is going down. Game 1 and 2. Phillies, I'm rooting for. Unfortunately, like I tweeted about, Yankees got me half rooting for the Phillies over the Astros. Phillies took game 1.
Hey, shout out that boy JT Realmuto, baby. Marlins legend. Tied the game and then hit the go-ahead homer in extras.
Yeah, they were up. I mean, Astros are up 5-0 right away in the first 4 or 5 innings. Phillies came back, won the game 6-5, got into extra innings, and then Astros took game 2, going up another 5-0, and Phillies couldn't come back. Game 3 tonight on Monday night got postponed. They'll play that tomorrow, which changed the dynamic of that series because how you match up pitching wise. Hey, if you get an extra day. We'll see who benefits from that. Outside of what movie reviews I got to do or what shows, I did want to talk about real quick before we go into shout outs and anything you have. I did watch Severance on Apple TV because I got Apple TV, like I said over the last few weeks on this podcast. Severance, it's about my brain will hurt just trying to break it down. Literally,
I tried watching that.
Yeah, you couldn't get into it?
No, not even. I didn't give it a chance, to be honest. I watched like the first episode, and I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is?"
Nah,
this
you
shit?
got to give it a chance. You got to give it a
try
chance.
It again.
It seems like it's all over the place, but it I think everybody can relate to it from a simple sense of you go into a job in that show and you completely get morphed into a different human and you work, and then when you clock out, you're who you really are. So basically you live 2 lives. You don't know what the other person's doing outside of work and in their regular life, and that brings a whole craziness to it. But everybody can relate to it as far as like, you go into work, you're like dreading it, like, fuck, I gotta go work, whatever your job is. And then when you get out, you're a different person. You're like, all right, let's go hang out, let's go party, whatever, or let's go do nothing. That show hits home, I think, with everybody. And then it's got a lot of different ties to humanity and what we would choose if that time comes. Because I think that time could come in that show decades from now. That it's a real possibility. I thought that was great. And did you watch the Redeem Team?
Yeah, I did
on Netflix.
I watched that.
What you think about it overall?
I honestly loved Chris Bosh on it. Like, I thought Chris Bosh was super, super underrated on that show. He was just hilarious. He was funny. I really liked Mello on it, and I mean,
Mello kept it a buck. He kept it real.
He was funny. He was real. Like, and like that's what you want from that kind of shit, because that team was before like social media was popping.
Right
like,
before.
I can only imagine how that team would have been like now, like in social media age. Like, that would have been crazy. And it was in China, and just the matchups that they played. Like, you had nowadays it's not as common where you see like really good NBA players on other teams' countries. Then you had like fucking Carlos Arroyo. I mean, he wasn't that great of an NBA player, but he gave us buckets. Mm-hmm. You had Browns are whooping these boys. Shout out Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he's keeping me in a couple of fantasy leagues right now, so I'm like, oh shit, I just got closer. It's a lot of time left.
But no, you had Ginobili on Argentina. You had Pau and his brother on Spain. So like there was parity throughout the world, and we were coming off of getting killed. Like, USA wasn't that good. They had to bring in Kobe, and RIP. If it wasn't for Kobe, we probably don't win, or Wade, because Wade held it down in the championship game. But it was real in depth. I love when they do that kind of stuff, because I mean, I'm a fan of the game, and Mike Krzyzewski was awesome in it too. And it's just good to see that background and behind the scenes stuff that you don't see. And I wish they did it for a lot of other things. I wish, like, because you want to see that as a fan, bro. Like, if you love the game, if you love sports, like, that's the kind of stuff you want to see. Sometimes that's actually better than the game itself. That's why Hard Knocks is so popping. Even though I don't really watch Hard Knocks like that, but like, because Hard Knocks sometimes, like, it is going to be like a TV show, and and whatever. It's not really like a doc, you know. So, but any doc I'll watch, bro. I love sports docs.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Bree's sister even hit me up that doesn't watch live sports, doesn't like kind of know all the details of it, but watched that documentary. She hit me up saying that she even loved it. So somebody that isn't involved in that pop culture as far as the players and also the sport to say that they loved it, that means anybody can watch it. I thought that was cool, like hearing that type of feedback. Any shout outs on your end, bro, before we wrap this up?
I was trying to look for some, but this week was kind of like a very relaxing week, and I didn't really focus on too many other things. There's not really much I got going on, man. Like I didn't write anything down, nothing that really popped up or I thought, warranted a shout out. So
that's fine.
I don't really have much.
Yeah, we have I think for this episode 47, so episode 48 will come out next week. I think
there's also some things I want to keep low key and not talk too much about. Yeah.
Of course. Episode 48, I think we're gonna have a guest. Maybe if we need to get 2 guests on, sandwich that in, because I think we will be taking the next week after that off. It'll be our first week off, but rightfully so. We got some things going on. Or maybe when we get back, maybe when
there still will be content.
There still will be content. I think, or that we might come out with an episode that Wednesday or Thursday. So, or maybe something small, something quick. That'd be dope. So, no weeks off. No weeks off with us because we like putting content out there. But yeah, this was fun. Happy Halloween to y'all. Hopefully you're safe. Halloween. If you're check your kids' candy, don't trust where it came from. Don't give it to them right away. That's for sure. Don't give it to them after 6 p.m. and then want to complain about how they can't sit still. Guess what?
Makes no sense.
You just gave them a candy wrapper full of cocaine. So that's what happens.
Cocaine?
Yeah, well,
cocaine?
Candy's fucking cocaine for kids, if you didn't know that. And I mean, you live with kids now, so you see it every time. Were they hype as fuck? Were they hype as fuck when they after? Yeah, right.
I got to the crib. I got to the crib at like 8:10, 8:15 from the gym, and usually they're already in bed. But it's Halloween. They went trick or treating, whatever, did their thing. They're in there talking mad shit about all their candy, this, and that, just going off, and they were pretty hyped. Which I mean, like, you gotta be, bro. Like, as a kid, that's what you look forward to, bro. You look forward to like your birthday, Christmas, Halloween, shit like that. You don't look forward to like Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, mine too. But Halloween's come up in my adult life because it's like, you have at-home parties. You don't have to, I don't go out to bars and shit, so that's what it used to be. But now that people got cribs we could go to, whether it's have a party here or go to somebody else's, Halloween's moving up the ranks. But for me, Wayne Escobar. For him, Fort McCowan.
Yeah, get it right.
Sorry. Where are your glasses at, Doug?
I had to take them off, bro.
Fort McKeon.
World Series winning.
Wayne's World. And then, enter the lab. Exit the lab.
Yo, Juan Pierre, where you at? Come over here, Juan Pierre. Josh Beckett, holla at your boy. Punch Rodriguez. Mike Lau. Derek Lee.
What?
What?